Slaptail Squad, assemble.
If you are listening to this, you are a member of the Great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the Great Slaptail Nation Army. You know, I noticed that last time I did it, I sounded... What was that, Rons?
I think he burped.
What was that noise you just made right at the end of my intro?
He farted. He's not even going to talk to you because you haven't introduced
what
him
did
yet.
you just
you
make?
Actually,
yeah, no, I didn't realize.
You made a fucking noise right at the end of my intro. And what did I say before I hit record? You had so many prompts
to get
before
all
I
your
started
noises
recording.
out of the way. Get all
You
your
did
noises
more
out
than
of the
one
way.
time.
I didn't realize your mic would have picked up a fart that sensitive. I am sorry. I should have held that gas in and exploded.
Fucking dick. He busts ass right at the end of the fucking intro. How many times have we told you how sensitive the fucking mics are?
Oh my god! I didn't think it was
Ron,
that sensitive.
don't hold your farts in. Don't hold your farts in. I hear like something bad happens if you do that.
All right. Well, anyway.
Well, yeah, discussing. You guys tell me shit like that all the time. I did also want an impacted bowel. I mean, I tell everybody about the podcast we did on the impacted bowel.
I don't think in holding your farts in causing an impacted bowel, but
how would I know? How would I know? I'm better be safe than sorry.
Also with us today is my number two, who apparently has to go number two, is the Rons.
Hey, Beaveman, how's it going?
Do you know how disappointing you are?
Do you feel better now?
On just a regular basis.
Do you feel better now?
Are we talking about past lovers?
No, I'm talking about how disappointing you are as a human being every time.
Just because I fucking farted. And
let me break it down for you.
Please do.
Prior to us recording, we were talking for I don't know how many minutes. And I said, okay, I'm going to get record. So get all your sounds out that you want to do right now because you were scratching, you hit your mic, you hit the boomer, you did all that stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'll try it again. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to record. So if you're all done making noise, and what do? Then you open your pop bottle. I'm like, okay, I just warned you, and now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to record. And right at the end of my intro, when I was getting ready to say something, what do?
I pass gas. Yeah, I don't have some. And honestly, I didn't think it would pick it up. I did not. Fucking A.
Oh, hell. Alrighty.
I mean, our satellites can pick up pictures and shit like that, but I didn't think you had a...
It's your
microphone, dummy!
What?
It's your mic, motherfucker. You're the one picking it up.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Next time I'll just kind of hold it in.
Or mute your mic and fart. Jeez.
Jesus. All right.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah, you have a mute function on your end also. I don't know if you know that. Are you aware that you can mute things on your side also?
Yes, I can. You're absolutely right. So next time I need to pass gas, I will mute myself. Instead of
now that you've been thoroughly scolded
for passing gas.
Also with us today.
I mean, you don't pass gas out in public?
Not on a microphone, I don't. When I'm fucking podcasting, no, absolutely not.
So in the middle of a meeting, right? You're hoping that,
I have a mute button. Do you understand the concept of a mute?
Mute yourself. Then you can just smile and everybody will think you're happy and really you're just busting ass over there. But no one hears it when you push the mute button.
All right. Also
is that what you call it? Busting ass. Okay.
Also with us today is a Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Rons.
Yes, Beaveman. My 1,000 apologies to you.
You just
blow him a kiss.
Just disappointing. You're just. How many other people in your life do you feel like you disappoint just on a continuous basis?
Oh, on a continuous basis? Oh, so many.
Yeah,
just so many.
Imagine. That's what I'm saying.
So many.
Do you feel like you ever make anybody super proud of you, like at all times or frequently?
Oh yeah, all the time though. All the time.
I mean, your mom doesn't count.
He proudly disappoints people with pride.
No. I make myself happy, and that's all that counts. I don't fuck the world. It's crazy. Like I say, it's a crazy motherfucking world. Stay sane, right? Fuck the world.
How are you
as long as I'm happy?
Sane if you're making everybody else insane to match your insanity?
Well, first of all,
you have a very simple task. You had a very simple task.
You know what? It's their fucking problem if they can't deal with it, not mine.
Who's they? We're the ones who can't. We're the ones who I give you so much warning, and yet you still can't make it through. How many times do you think you've actually made it through an introduction without fucking up?
Oh, several thousand times. But
at least 3, bare minimum of 4, or whatever the fuck that clip was.
At least 3 to 4 times. A bare minimum of twice. 2.
That's actually probably accurate.
Yeah.
And that in this case, it probably actually is accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just jump right in. I have a question for the squad.
Oh, cool.
Let me set the stage without naming names. So I was watching a show the other day, and as I was watching it, I noticed something going on with him, with the lead actor of the show. He had an abnormality of his fingertips. And so I was sitting there in a dilemma because I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do about that? It's not like I can call this actor and say, hey, I was watching your show and something didn't look right, and I think that you should go see a doctor.
Like in real life, not his character. Like his real life fingers.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I was
I'm just pondering it. I can see him like,
not a makeup job.
So it's got his real fingers have a physical abnormality that is concerning to someone in the medical profession. So, and was noticeable to the Beaveman, and was watching it and thinking in his head.
And so now when I watch it, because I keep watching the show, I can't help but notice it. I noticed it so much that I pointed it out to the Swan, and I really didn't even tell her anything. I'm like, just look, just look at his fingers and see if you see anything. And she immediately saw what I was talking about. Because it's a pretty common
medical condition.
Pretty common physical finding. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? And so the Swan's brilliant idea was for me to message this person on social media, because they're just folks also, and they probably read their stuff.
Or at least someone will read it, like his manager or someone. I mean, who filters through all that stuff?
Probably nobody.
Well,
I mean, how much do you think they actually read any comments anybody sends them?
I don't know. I feel like rarely, maybe. And I guess even if you did your due diligence by asking.
Well, here's what I did. I went on Instagram where he's been posting, and so I sent him a message on Instagram. Gave it a couple days, kept checking it, and then I realized that underneath my comment to him on Instagram, it said, "This person doesn't accept messages on their Instagram." And so
that didn't work.
Well, that didn't work. I'm like, well, that's useless.
So, did you post a comment?
He sent a direct message, like a private message.
Okay. I was gonna say,
so,
I
guess that is a next idea on Ron's. Like, Ron has a good idea. You could post on their page, or reply to a post.
I did. I replied to his post, and it said specifically, you can't reply to their posts.
Okay. So.
And then I tried to send an Instagram message also, which also was not allowed.
Okay. Well, I guess he doesn't want fan mail.
So then what I did was I went on the internet and tried to determine how I could contact his manager or his agent, because obviously they all have agents and managers. And so I found 2 sites, and in order for you to use these sites, just to contact an agent, you have to pay money to join the organization in order to be able to send a message to them. To which I was like, nah, I think that's ridiculous, because I'm not trying to contact them to say, hey, can you be on my podcast? I'm contacting him as a concerned person.
Yeah, you're not even like fanboying him at this point. You're
Absolutely not. No. I don't really fanboy anybody. I can't think of anybody that I would be a fanboy for.
Not even
JD's not going to like that. What about JD?
Why would I be a fanboy for JD?
Not even Drew Barrymore?
That's a different thing. That's not a fanboy. That's I still want to hump her.
Okay, well, I feel that's fanboy.
So if you're listening to this, no.
Yes, Drew Barrymore.
Yes, Drew Barrymore. I still love you. I still love you. Still want to be with you. Still would dump the swan over you.
I'm a fanboy for Weird Al, but
yeah, we know.
So you want to hump Weird Al?
You want to hump Weird Al?
No. I said
that's
fanboy.
what I was, that's what I was just talking about. That's literally what we were just talking about. And you're like, oh, I totally want to hump Weird Al. Like,
no, what? I said fanboy. Big difference.
Yeah, but I was equating that to humping.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
keep up with the conversation. Keep up with the conversation.
Movie that, or I mean, it's been done lots of times where people are like, "Yep, you get your free pass if your fanboy like does that for you." Like, so I mean, if Drew Barrymore reaches out to you, I mean, I'll let you hump her. Go ahead.
What? Drew, please listen to this podcast.
please,
go ahead.
Free pass.
There's a free pass.
Yeah.
Please, Almighty Jeebus, please listen to my prayer. The Swan said it's okay. Please, Drew Barrymore, if you are listening to this, or if you're not listening to this, whoever's listening to this, if you know Drew Barrymore, please just tell her. Well, the other thing is, why would she want to have sex with me?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So if
thing.
Drew Barrymore
so
wants
even
to
if
have
I
sex
have the
with
free
you,
pass, it doesn't matter because she's not going to want to have sex with me.
Exactly. See,
Damn
so go ahead.
Damn it. Anyway.
I mean, Drew, he's turning 50 soon. If you want to make a birthday boy happy, feel free. Reach out. Go ahead.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyways.
You're right. It's not going to happen. But
you
anyway.
got excited there for a minute.
I did, because I was like, well, I mean, in my A game day, she might have been slightly interested.
Okay.
Maybe.
Anyways.
All right. Anyway. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm not going to go through these agencies to reach out to him. So, but it was still bothering me because I feel like Rons, we can hear you yawn too, right? You have this thing called a mute button.
I feel like we've beat this horse to death already.
Use your mute button.
Don't make us mute you.
I don't know if he knows do you think he cares how incredibly rude he is also to the people that are on the podcast with him? Do you think he even gives a shit that he's incredibly rude?
Do you listening audience?
No respect for us.
Do you listening audience want to hear Ron's bodily functions? Probably not.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. Anyways, all right, you can unmute yourself now if you have something to say, because that's how the.
Should I just raise my hand? I went for the mute button, and I'm sorry if the yawn beat me to the mute button.
I mean, you're like a toddler. You can't control your yawns. Is that your issue? You can't control yawning.
I feel like that is a control.
Can anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody but you apparently.
Apparently, can't control my farts or my yawning.
Does Little Powder Donut come up to you with a tissue and be like, "Okay, blow"? Like, does she hold your tissue for you and help you blow your nose?
He doesn't use tissues.
He just uses his sleeve. He's like,
yeah,
he doesn't use tissue. Doesn't use chapstick. He's like, oh, tissue. What a waste of money.
Oh, just use my sleeve, and then
that's what sleeves are for, aren't they?
No.
Probably uses his cum sock.
Probably.
Oh man, I never thought about that. That's an awesome idea, Beaveman. Thank you. Anyway.
Okay, back to the dude.
I don't even know where I was now.
Back to the actor. You're like, I did my due diligence. I'm not gonna pay.
No. So I'm like, well, I was like, well, I give up. I'm not gonna pay for this. That seems ridiculous.
Well, have you reached out on do they have a Facebook page by
really
chance
not
that
done.
you can reach out on?
Hold on, please hold.
Wasn't done. I was getting to that. All I did was take a breath. So what I decided to do was see if I could reach out to him on Facebook if he has a private group, which he does. There's only like 50,000 people on it. So I attempted to get access to that private group. They ask your name. They tell you what the rules are. And then all I did was put my name in there. But right after my age, after that, all I did was I just put a statement and said, look, all I really am trying to do, literally all I'm trying to do is say, hey, if you haven't had this condition, if you haven't had this checked out, please have it checked out because this is what this could mean. Now, there's a certain percentage of the population where this is a genetic normal finding. That's like 3% because I looked it up. But most of the time, it's a pathologic finding. So you should definitely have it looked at.
Okay, and?
Haven't heard anything back. Don't know if I'm accepted to the group. Probably not. But to your point, Swan, I don't think anybody looks at any comments people send. I really don't. I mean, I can't be here's the thing. I can't have been the first person to see that.
Yeah, but you may be the first person who actually does genuinely care, because most people are just interested in themselves and don't actually care about others. It's sad, but the more and more life experience we have, the more and more we find out that this is sadly true, that people really only do care about themselves and would step on other people, walk over them, do whatever they got to do to gratify themselves and not care about the consequences of other people.
Wow. Well, thanks for bringing us all down, Swan.
Oaxaca!
Thanks for bringing us right
No
on
problem.
down.
No problem.
No, I got to agree with Swan. They really don't. People don't care what other people have to say. They don't. That's the unfortunate part. And what do? I mean, obviously you're genuine about this, but they just don't give a damn. Or you get buried in the comments, or you get buried by the fucking trolls out there. So unless you can reach out to the person like you've tried one-on-one, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I think I have to just give up. On the upside, and it's public knowledge, so I'm not busting anybody out though. On the upside, he was recently in an accident and he was in the hospital. So one would think that when they were doing his physical exam and taking his history, that they looked at his fingers and said, well, that's not right. Probably should check some cardiac functions, pulmonary functions, all those fun things.
Unless they just don't like that person's acting. They're like, world would be better off without him or her acting.
People like his acting, but I feel like there's probably only a 30% chance that happened. I'm going to give them 30% credit. It might be less.
It might be
at most 30%.
Yes.
Note to self or others, see previous podcast about my recent ER visit for details. Exactly. So yes, I feel like 30% or less. 30% was given
I was trying to think of another time though. Didn't I see something odd on another TV show once and talk to you about it? And I was like, what would you do about that? I feel like I saw something weird once before too.
Yeah, I don't remember though, but probably.
Back when it was not easy to communicate any of that information. But it went well. Clearly, it's not easy to communicate that information now unless you would pay for it. Here's the thing though. This is probably what's going to happen. Probably I'll wait like a week. And if I don't hear anything, I probably will end up paying for some access for like a month just to get a message to his agent.
Is it, without going into too much detail, is it life and death situation on this?
Well, the abnormality that I saw is pretty common to somebody who has a heart or a lung condition, but usually you're kind of born with it, but it can be missed. If you develop this abnormality later on in life, I would expect you to be somebody who smokes nonstop. Maybe you would get it that way. Or maybe you've got some sort of enlargement of your heart muscle, or there's some sort of problems with your lungs where you would see it. But I wouldn't say that it's out of the ordinary for somebody to walk around with a genetic anomaly that they had that just never was found. That's not out of the question. You could have an atrial septal defect.
Yeah,
a tiny one.
What did my friend have that didn't get diagnosed? They went all through the military and were 50 years old before they got diagnosed with that.
I don't know. What did they have?
It's like the pulmonary something artery was not pulmonary. I don't know. One of the pulmonary arteries into his heart was not formed. Had the hole in the heart.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You might be able to go your entire life without seeing a teeny hole or some sort of something.
Or having cardiomyopathy and it's not diagnosed because you never have an EKG or any reason until you all of a sudden had a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how impressive the human body is, maybe you're one of those people who runs around with an oxygen saturation of 90%, but you've dealt with it your whole life and you don't ever notice, and nobody ever bothered to check your pulse ox.
Or how about if you have one kidney and you're born with one kidney and they don't even know about that till incidentally they find out because your body just functions, right?
So on this medical condition on this actor, have you looked at the past acting and seen this anomaly on that actor?
No, I
Like
didn't
past
go.
scenes?
So you want me to like look at one of his earlier movies from like 15 years ago to see if I can see a pictures of
Yes,
his
movie
fingers?
reviews.
Yeah.
Okay, new
Well,
project.
basically,
I mean, I could.
you're doing a follow up to see if this condition exists. I mean, it might be there, might not be there.
Well, that's it. Well, if it's not there, that means that's probably related. That might even be. I mean, that's more like lifestyle, and something has gotten worse over a period of time. As an adult, which also is not out of the question. Generally, though, the people that I've seen with this problem are people that have smoked their entire life and they're like 80 years old. Unless it was from an actual genetic abnormality at birth. In other words, they were a congenital anomaly. Like I've seen a lot of kids with heart defects that have that same thing. And their oxygen saturation is usually like 90, running around doing okay, but that's how they've compensated over the years.
So what is this anomaly if you want to reveal it, or if you don't, you just want to keep it exclusive until you're sure?
No, it just looks like he has what we call clubbing of the fingers.
I have no idea what that is, of course.
That's why I didn't say anything, because I was like, well, even if I tell you, you're going to know what it is.
Well, I'm just assuming that he just clubs his fingers on something. I don't know.
No. Usually they have an abnormal shape, like clubbing.
So this is what you do, right? So this is a really easy test of clubbing of the fingers. And remember, you're never going to learn anything from the Slaptail Squad. Like, remember, I should always say that. I'm like, we're all freaking idiots. But this is what you do, Rons. In order to tell if you have clubbing of your fingers, you take your 2 index fingers and you match them up together, okay? And then you bring them close to your face. And when you look at the space between where your fingers touch, that space in between, it should look like a little diamond. And if you can see that little diamond there, then you don't have clubbing of your fingers. The people who have clubbing of their fingers, there is no diamond there.
And what is that an indication of?
I just fucking told you.
You have the diamond, Ron, so you don't have clubbing of the fingers. I can see it right now. So you see how you can see through your fingers right there? You don't have clubbing of the fingers. Yes, you don't have it.
So if I can see the Beaveman.
See how it's like a diamond or like a long kite shape?
Like
when you look through it, that means you don't have it.
Oh, this makes a really cool finger mask too. Look at that.
Lord. Now Ron's is like off topic.
It's super cool if it covers up most of your face, Ron's.
Hi-yo!
Moving on.
Anyways.
Moving on. So that's probably my plan. Go ahead, look up clubbing of the fingers.
You probably spent way too much time on that.
But now people of the Great Slaptail Nation know how to check to see if you have clubbing. There you go. Here's another question I had, by the way. I was thinking about this week.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this on a TV show. Actually, it was the TV show that this guy's in. It was a good question. And I had thought about it. And I'm like, you're right. I mean, it's shitty, but it's true. But why is it that instead of being happy for people with whatever little success we have or they have, we're always not happy for people? In general, we're usually jealous of them, or we wish bad things will happen to them so that they're not happy anymore.
I already answered that question, because people are self-centered assholes that only care about if it benefits them.
Yeah, but even if it's your friend, like you still in the back of your mind are like, yeah, I'm happy for you. And then you're like, why is that good thing happening to that person? What the fuck did they do to deserve that? Even if it's your friend, I feel like people still do that.
Because people are self-centered assholes, and they always want.
It's not that simple.
It is. You always want. People always want what they don't have. People don't want to be bested by someone else, even if they say they do. They still secretly have like the need to be as good or better, and who knows why most people are like that, but it's true.
Yeah, I would agree with Swan. Not everybody's like that, but there are a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah, but why? What's the point of? I mean, what is the basis of that? I mean, I for sure know that I do that, but what's the point? Why are we like that?
I think it's like a human issue. I mean, maybe it's
Could
not even just a
yeah,
human
well,
issue because
it's
I feel like animals do it too. They want like the best mate or the best whatever. So why wouldn't you?
that's a good point. Alphas and betas. I mean, some people are very driven, competitive. That's the way they were raised, or that's the way they figured things out. That in order to get ahead, they have to be better than the next person. Our job fields, our career fields are very driven like that. I have to be better than the next guy. Look at you,
you don't have to
man.
worry about that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, actually, I do.
You don't have to worry.
I actually do because there's so much competition out there right now.
Yeah, but who else can lift a 170-pound box, Rons?
Oh, everybody.
There's not one person you work with that can lift a 170-pound box.
Oh no, there's a few.
No,
there's a few. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you why nobody you work with can lift a 170-pound box.
Why is that? Please enlighten me.
If you put 170 pounds of, let's say somebody was shipping weights, just regular plate weights, 170 pounds in a box. One, either the box is really big and it's too cumbersome for you to get the right purchase in order to lift it, or it's so heavy that it falls through the box. Or if the box is super, super strong, you can't get the right purchase underneath it to lift it. If you really believe you can lift a 170-pound box, Rons, I will gladly put 170 pounds worth of weights, which are plates, and I'll even make it easy for you, and we'll see you lift it.
Let's put the Beaveman in a box and see if Rons can lift you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure a lot of people like to put him in a box and ship him somewhere. But no,
we can
I
put
won't deny
170 pounds in different shape boxes, like the treadmill shape box. You lay down in it, or we put weights in like a square box. That's he should be able to reach around.
Yeah, but 170 pounds in plate weights with the weight distribution is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'll agree with the Beaveman on this.
If it's 170 pounds in a long box, one person definitely can't lift that up because there's no way to get the purchase on it because it's so cumbersome with the length and the width, etc. If you took 170,
I would disagree with that.
So Rons understands physics better than you, is what he's telling you, right?
Okay.
No, I do not.
Okay, well then
understand
I
physics.
just want to. Okay, so let's get a box. Let's put 170 pounds in it, and let's see Rons pick it up and move it and put it into something. Because he says he can do it.
Okay, are you up for the challenge, Rons?
No.
Why?
No.
You were
Why
so
are you
confident
sure?
you could run a
First of
7-minute
all,
mile, but you can't lift a box.
You're the one who said you were lifting 170 pound boxes.
I do not want to brag and outshine the Beaveman. This is not my moment.
You're not outshining
it is the
because I
Beaveman's
said
moment.
I can't do
no,
it.
No, buddy. But this is all about you.
I can't do it.
I mean, I am a great fan of what your accomplishments are. I do not want to outshine you. I do not. Right?
But you wouldn't be outshining him if he's admitting that he can't do it.
No, Swan.
Don't be
Please,
scared. Don't be scared, Rons. Can we just do a job shadow day? Let's
Swan,
see if we can job shadow.
Don't be jelly.
I just want a job shadow. I want a job shadow and watch you lift your packages all day.
I would say
I'll let you job shadow me.
I would say at the most, all kidding aside, I think it's 150. I can deadlift.
What's 20 pounds?
No. There's a big difference between doing a deadlift and picking up a box that is 150 pounds.
And deadlifting, I mean, I can do that.
Easy.
You could deadlift your body weight. That's pretty freaking easy.
That's easy because you've got it. It's the weight is distributed perfectly, and there's a bar that you can hold on to and grab and lift up. You said you could lift a 170-pound box.
Or 150, whatever.
My whole point to what you said is lifting a box itself is what's hard. If you took 170 pounds of plates and put them flat on the floor, even though I can deadlift 170 pounds on a bar, it's very difficult to pick up 170 pounds worth of plates from a flat surface. Now, are you seeing what I'm talking about?
I mean, picking up my 80-pound dog is pretty damn awkward.
So you don't see what I'm talking about?
I just got it.
I know you can easily, Rons. I know you could easily deadlift 150 pounds. That's easy. That's not the hard part. The weight is not the hard part. That's not what I'm saying. That's never what I said about the box. I'm not saying that you can't physically lift 170 pounds. What I'm saying is, I don't think you can physically lift 170 pounds in a box.
It's all about the packaging.
It's all about the packaging, and it's all about how you can get underneath that package. So if that box was flat on the ground and it weighed 170 pounds, I think it would be very difficult for you to pick that box
up.
You
know, all kidding aside, you are exactly right. I mean, snow blowers and, where I work, I mean, come through, and once they, they're on a conveyor, so that they do make it a little bit easier for me to move from A to B. But sometimes they're on the floor, and yeah, you're absolutely right. The packaging makes the difference.
Yeah, and if it's on the floor, in that case, if it's a big box like a snowblower, like I've had those, you just slide it. I mean, you're not going to pick that up. Even though it's not heavy, it's not heavy. I mean, I could pick up that. Like with our treadmill was, what did I say it was, 310 pounds?
I think so.
And I picked that up, but I didn't pick it up in the box. In other words, I put my hands underneath the frame and lifted it up. In the box, I could only lift up one end. I couldn't pick up this giant ass box that weighed 300 pounds.
Because there's nowhere to grab it at.
There's nowhere to grab it, and
that's why moving furniture sucks. Because it's big and bulky and awkward, and even if it's not heavy, moving the couch fucking sucks.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
I'm making your point for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for making my point for me.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for making the exact point that I also made.
You're welcome. Anyways.
But it's a simple challenge. I mean, Ronz, if you want, I'll put 150 pounds worth of plates on the ground, and you can go and pick it up.
That's quite okay.
I mean, because you said you could. You said it was pretty easy.
I know, but
it's pretty simple.
Even maybe 20 pounds.
I can do a lot in my mind.
I mean, I'll even, like I said, it's 150. I mean, I took 20 off.
Yeah.
I could probably do 10 pounds. No problem.
That's a big difference. I mean.
Well, I could do, if I got to do 150 pounds, I can do it 10 pounds in, 15 increments?
15 times. I can do math. Yay.
Yeah, happy math. Yeah. By the way, Little Powder Donut listened to our last podcast on the medical issue, and she goes, how the fuck is this medical facility still even in existence?
I feel like it happens at more than one medical facility, and it happens all the time. So
it was,
with that being said, don't go to the doctor, people. Just stay healthy. Stay healthy, folks.
I thought you were going to say, just stay sick and die.
Well, I mean, you're better off sometimes.
No,
probably.
It's the same thing. But it was the same thing with what happened with Baby Swan.
Mm-hmm.
With the daughter.
Yeah. Just took her to the doctor, and they basically did nothing and charged me $30 for that. So
it's just laziness. I just can't believe how lazy people are.
I think it's not just the medical field; it's every profession.
No, but that's pathetic.
Everybody in general. People are lazy, not motivated, have no work ethic.
Here's what happened, Ronz.
Yes.
So the daughter's been getting blotchy. She just keeps getting blotchy, and she doesn't listen. So I keep telling her, I'm like, don't wear your jewelry. Don't use body sprays, body lotions, all these other things until we can figure out why you're getting blotchy, because clearly you're having allergic responses to something. She insists it's none of the things that I said. Like, okay, fine.
Well, you're not going to. Well,
what do you know, right?
I use it all the time. Why would it happen now? I've been using it all the time. Yeah, because that's how allergies work. But
well,
anyway.
What do you know? I mean, not that you're the parents, not that you both work in the medical field. You don't know shit. Come on now.
I gave her even examples of my own. I've had penicillin 3 or 4 times. Time number 5, got hives and couldn't breathe. So, I mean, all of a sudden, now I'm allergic to it, but had it multiple times. That's how it works.
So finally, I got sick of it and said, well, let's just schedule her to see her provider, doctor, PA, NP, whatever it is, so they can tell her basically what I've already told her. And maybe I would refer her to see an allergist, immunologist, so that we can get to the root of it. But in the meantime, I myself know what medication I would put her on because I have common sense and know that she's not going to get an appointment with an allergist immediately. So So I gave her provider the benefit of the doubt because my opinion is this. If you're going to go see a specialist, you should see your GP first so that your GP knows that you went so they can help you coordinate care on their end also, because that's kind of what happens. That's kind of how things are supposed to be done.
GP
makes
is
sense.
general practitioner or your family doctor or nurse
or your pediatrician or your whatever.
Yes.
So she goes with the Swan. She comes home and I say, so what happened with your provider? What did they say? And she's like, basically nothing. I'm like, so they said nothing. You went there. They didn't speak. I'm like, what did they tell you to do? So they're gonna refer me to see an allergy doctor. I'm like, okay. Did they put you on any medication? No, because they said that you can't be on medication when you go see the allergy doctor because they're probably gonna do testing. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's not accurate, but okay. Part of it's accurate, part of it's not accurate. Here's how things actually work.
By all means, enlighten me.
Here's how things actually work. When you get a referral to go see someone, like an allergist, generally speaking, one, you're not going to go right away. That's probably not going to happen. Two, when you go, they don't just meet you and immediately do an allergy testing, typically. Typically what they do is that first visit with them is a consultation where they get your history, and then they tell you, hey, don't take any allergy medicine for X amount of days because we're going to do allergy testing, and it interferes with the allergy testing. So therefore, if you came to see someone, I'm going to say hint, hint, like me, because that's my job. If you came to see me with those complaints, I would say, okay, so you've tried these medications like antihistamines. Either they worked or they didn't. I'm going to refer you to see this allergy doctor, but I guarantee you're not going to get in by tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm going to put you on this medication. And we start that medication. They get an appointment to go see their allergy doctor. The allergy doctor tells them when to stop that medication. They do their allergy testing, yada, 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 so forth, so on. And would you like to tell us what actually happened, Swan?
You already did. They didn't do anything but tell her.
I'm talking about the actual process for the referral and all that other stuff.
Oh, well,
if she just saw them this week.
Yes, so she
What month is this?
This is January.
Uh-huh.
And she said, we're going to put a referral in for you for the allergy group. Our referral person will call you and blah, blah, blah. So they'll call you soon. Well, I came home.
Did they actually say blah, blah, blah?
Basically.
What did they tell her? They didn't put her on any medication?
No, they didn't put her on any medication. They told her she could use some topical Benadryl or hydrocortisone cream, and that's fine. Or use her allergy medicine if she needed it. What she was already doing that wasn't working, clearly. Didn't really tell her to stop using her lotion or anything like that we've been saying. And said, we're going to do a referral. And we'll have someone call you. Well, when I got home, I called to make the referral myself and made her an appointment. And the first available appointment is March 27th.
And what month is this?
January 19, 20, whatever it is today. Yeah. So 2 months.
Yep. Wow.
Which isn't that bad. But
no, it's not that bad. But what could they have done
in the meantime?
In the interim, what could they have done? Which is what I would have done, which is put her on
a different medication.
Leukotriene inhibitor for her to take each evening. And she could still take her antihistamine if she needed it, still use the topical stuff until she saw the allergist. Again, that's poor care. That's being fucking lazy.
But if you were not in the medical field, you'd be like, okay, cool. They're referring me to the allergist. So it just, if you don't know, you don't know. And you're just like, yep, that's what we're going to do. And that's fine. But what you're not realizing is behind the scenes, that's laziness.
Well, once again, I would probably say, okay, they've done all that they could, but because of you guys, I would know that they're being lazy.
Yeah, I mean, really, if I should have just listened to Swan. Swan was like, we don't have to take her to go see them. I can just call the allergy office and get her an appointment. But me...
And I probably could have had an appointment like 2 weeks earlier because we waited like 2 weeks for her to go to this appointment.
But me, being the family care provider that I am, was like, no, you really should have everything go through their family care providers so that they know what's going on. But nope, I'm at the point where like, you know what? Fuck that. apparently let's not do that anymore. Who gives a shit? They don't give a fuck anyway.
Yep.
Just skip it. This is why people. That's why specialty care is making so much money. What's the point of talking to your GP if they're not going to do a goddamn thing anyway?
That seems to be the point.
Yep.
So with the baby swan's medical condition, are you going to basically? I know you're going to probably follow the general rules, but are you going to try and help her out on your end and give her?
He can't write prescriptions for her. That's a prescription medication.
not prescriptions,
so,
but I mean,
we've
obviously
already
there are
done
things
everything
you guys
that we can do, like over the counter. We changed her laundry soap to make sure it wasn't irritating her skin. We had her take allergy medicine, so we told her not to use the lotion and things that.
And stop buying different lotions and applying them like you keep doing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but the point is, this is the sad fact: is if you have these things called your offspring, they very rarely listen to what the fuck you say.
Oh, amen.
Now, at least the boy, 9 times out of 10, pretty much listens to what I say. Medically wise, he always listens to what I say. The daughter, on the other hand, she's never listened to anything I've said medically. Never. Not one time. Doesn't matter. She fucking knows better.
Is this change in her skin, could it be hormonal?
Franz.
Yes. Listen, I'm just trying to figure stuff out for you.
So
I'm out of my league. You're right. I should just shut up on the topic.
Hives from her hormones. She's getting hormonal hives. Is that what you're saying? You think?
I have no idea.
So you think that she's Lil Powder Donut and she's having hot flashes? Is that what you're?
Sure, we'll go with that because I have no fucking clue. As I just stated, what's going on. I'm just spitballing.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're downtown. Where you like to hang out downtown. You like to be around there and walk around the parks and stuff like
that. Yeah, I do.
Let's say you're downtown and you hear the click clack of hoofbeats on the pavement. Now,
okay,
what do you assume is coming down the road?
The Beaveman.
No, seriously. No, what do you assume? In all seriousness,
I would say a horse.
Okay. You don't think it's a zebra?
Could be.
I mean,
but we don't live. We don't live near a zoo.
Yeah, but what's the likelihood? Is it more likely to be a horse, or is it more likely to be a zebra?
I would say a horse.
Okay. Yeah, it is. So, is it more likely for it to be something completely odd that the daughter has, or is it more likely for it to be something super common? In other words, is it more likely to be a horse, or is it more likely to be a zebra?
Once again, I would know, but I would say most likely to be a horse.
Okay, exactly. My point. Thank you, Ron.
So don't go looking for zebras, Ron. Don't go looking for zebras.
And don't go chasing waterfalls.
Either. No.
I was wondering if that was going to pop up.
Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls.
No. I can do that.
Well, I think it's probably time for a commercial.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey there, members of the Great Slaptail Nation. It's me, the Beaveman, and I'm here to deliver you a message from beyond the stars about our sponsor for this episode, Swiss Navy. No matter who you love or how you love, Swiss Navy products set the bar for sexual enhancement. There's more glide, more comfort, and even products for longer-lasting pleasure. Swiss Navy has a wide range of premium products to choose from for whatever amount fills your hole, if you know what I mean. My favorite product is Swiss Navy's Silicone Lube. Get it, use it, love it, and never be dry again. Once again, that's Swiss Navy at SwissNavy.com. And in your order comments, let them know the Slaptail Squad sent you. Swiss Navy, no matter who you love or how you love. Adios, mooch fuckos. All right. Well, I think this has mostly just been, it feels like the past 3 podcasts has mostly just been me bitching about stuff.
Well, I think
and believe it or not, Beaveman, people love that.
I feel like it's okay. You're just voicing your opinion.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of feel like I feel like I'm angry all the time again. I feel like it's getting ramped up again where I'm getting angry all the time again. I've been stressed out lately, so I need to bring it down.
Well,
I need something
I'll
good.
tell you what.
I need something good in my life for me to chill
what?
out.
I don't qualify as good?
I feel like you're probably a source of infuriating him.
Yeah, you might be.
Like burping and farting and your body not controlling your bodily functions of yawns.
Well, that's what happens when you get over 50. So, as he approaches that Drew Barrymore fantasy mark at 50, after that, good luck. It might just go downhill for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think that you need to to be not so angry? What do you want? What do you want Ron's to do for you?
I would like to get him Drew Barrymore.
I would like him to lift a 170-pound box straight up from the floor. No, I don't want to do that because he's going to blow his freaking O-ring.
That'd be bad.
Blow his O-ring.
Gonna blow his O-ring. It'll be shit just rolling down his pant leg.
I mean, then he'll have an excuse to shit himself.
Beyond the disability.
Yeah.
Never work again. And by God, he hasn't already worked for freaking 30 years. We can't let that go on.
No. You're right.
True.
You're right.
You gotta make up for those years, Ron's.
I'm trying.
Okay, so what's gonna make you happy and less irritated?
I have no idea. I got to figure that out though, because I feel like I'm always. You remember those toys we used to have? Remember where you turn?
Oh yeah, the vibrator ones that you put batteries in.
That's the toy you still have. No, remember the ones that you could turn a key and it had that little coil on the inside that you kept turning and turning and turning.
You wind it until it breaks.
You wind it and then you let it go. And it was like a car. It'd be like a car or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like, but I feel like I haven't let go of the key. That's what I feel like.
So you need something to release. Swan, you better step up to the plate on that one.
Yeah, that won't do it.
Nah.
Swan doesn't even try to look good.
Maybe you need a massage. Maybe you should just
I don't think
get a
that's
massage.
it. I don't think that's it.
Once again, the Swan should to give you a massage.
No, I would pay for that because that's more beneficial to my time. To pay someone else to do that.
If Beaveman set the music,
why do you keep trying to get us to have sex? I don't care.
No, I'm not trying. I'm just trying to get you guys.
He's picturing that in his mind, and I think it's because he wants to see you having sex. It's probably not.
No.
That's not what
I would pay to watch him have sex.
Men banging, men pounding.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's true. But
it's like with your spouse. I mean, with little power, I would give her back rubs.
No. I mean, that was stuff you did like 20 years ago when you're like dating and you're trying to get some. We don't need to do that anymore.
What do you mean? Just because I go up to a little powder donut and start rubbing your back, I want to get some.
I mean, isn't that your motive?
It might be, but don't fucking reveal it. Jesus.
Oh yeah, she hasn't figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's gonna listen to the podcast. She's like, "Holy shit! Now, way to go, Swan! Dime me out."
Well, I mean, if you dimed yourself out.
No, would you believe I love eating ass?
So what? Maybe you need a vacation.
Yeah.
No.
I just need the things that are stressing me out to go away. That's what I need.
Bye. I'm going on vacation then.
That's what I need.
I'm going on vacation then.
You know what would really make me happy?
What?
And I should probably just look into it. If I could go to a comedy club, like at least once a month, I think that would make me happy.
I was going to tell you, and I don't know who it is, and you're going to have to Google it. There's some female comedian that's coming to our area soon, and you probably know who it is, but I can't tell who it is.
Chelsea Handler?
Maybe. Is she blonde?
I have no idea. Someone was talking about that last night at work.
I feel like it might be right. It's she's blonde and like supposedly top rated high and
yeah. I don't care. I mean, I just want to go see comedians.
Weird Al's coming.
Did you get tickets for that?
No, I did not.
Why is that? Everybody under the sun that you know told you to fucking get tickets.
I know they did, and I'm probably working that night.
And what did everybody say?
Take it off and go.
Your own wife told you.
You've wanted to do this forever, and who gives a crap?
Make sure you're off and go. If you're such a fan, everybody told you that. Why the fuck didn't you do it? Why? Why?
You know what? It's like medical advice from you. Why would I listen?
I mean, but
you didn't listen to your own wife. You didn't listen to all your friends telling you just go. If you're such a huge fan, and you're gonna be, and then you're just gonna be miserable that you didn't fucking go.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then he's gonna be mad and whining to us about how he should have went.
You it's more important for you to make your whopping $15 an hour. It's more important for you to do that when you could fucking go to see your fucking hero.
You are my hero, Beaveman.
You know what? You know what really pisses me off, Swan?
Yes, a lot of things.
No, I was gonna buy that motherfucker a ticket.
But
then I'm like, nope, Ron will buy one for himself. He's not.
No,
he's not a stupid.
honestly, Beaveman,
he's not a child.
no,
I was gonna fucking buy you one right when they went on sale.
Please.
I'm not going to. I didn't, and I'm not going to. But I was going to.
With all sincerity, I appreciate everything that you've done for me as a friend, and that's a little over the top for me.
Yeah, but what does it matter?
No, it means a lot to me. Believe it or not, that the things that you've given me through the years came from your heart, and I would just probably just be totally. I wouldn't know what to do or say.
Well,
I mean,
you could just a little, and it would be okay.
Here's the thing, though. Here's why I didn't do it. This is why I didn't do it,
and I appreciate that you didn't do it.
You shouldn't have. You should have wished I did. This is why I didn't do it, Swan and Ron's, because I assumed that he wouldn't let that opportunity pass him by, and he would have listened to his wife, and he would have got a ticket for himself.
Oh my God, I'm gonna buy you tickets right now.
There's
please,
available,
no, and they're good.
No, he's too scared to go.
Nope.
No, buy them for us, Swan.
I'm gonna buy them.
Go. No, you're
gonna go
and tell Ron's what an awesome time it was.
I'm going to because
not only should you buy tickets, buy the backstage pass so we can hang out with Weird Al.
I mean, literally, there are 2 seats right now, a clear view, seated together in the orchestra row F. Like literally, that is fucking sitting at his lap. Yes.
Yeah,
it's sitting on his lap. It's not even a
big venue. It's tiny. So you're gonna see good wherever you are. It's tiny venue.
But it's only $20 more.
Compared to what? The Van Andel Arena?
Yeah.
Compared to what? The giant one in Detroit? It's not huge. It's tiny. It's tiny.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about this soon when we get off this podcast because...
buy you and I tickets, Swan, and I want to meet Weird Al and hang out with him.
I don't know if I can do that.
No, I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if it costs $3,000.
I don't see the option to do that.
I'm going to wear a shirt that says Ron's is a douche and should have been here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have Weird Al sign it.
And then you can give it to him as a souvenir.
Yep. Yep. And when is it?
That's what I want.
It is Thursday, February 2nd at 8 p.m.
Oh, see, I can totally go. What day of the week is that?
Thursday. February 2nd.
Can you be more specific?
Thursday, February 2nd at 8 p.m.
Oh, I can totally go.
And I'm going to get center row F, like literally A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D,
okay, well, just so you know, February 2nd. Ron's February 2nd, we won't be podcasting. Just so you know. Unless I podcast live with Weird Al. Well, it wouldn't be live. We just bring the little remote thing. I could just buy one of those really quick.
Yeah, I mean, rarely do we podcast at 5 or 5:30, which threw me because you chastised me the last week.
No, we chastised you because you agreed to a time and didn't do it.
Okay, once again, I am so delusional.
That's what matters is if we set a time and you don't, and you're like confused on the time, even though we have proof that you agreed to it, that's what we chastise you about, not about what if we change the time. Anyway, so I guess, so Swan and I will probably go, and we're going to just make we're going to make asses of ourselves, and
we probably
we're going to have a good time without Ron's being there, and we're going to remind you of it every day we see you for the rest of your life. Every podcast, I'm going to see if I can get Weird Al to speak so we can do some sound bites. He can be like, Ron's, you're a douche. All kinds of stuff like that.
You know, here's the funny thing about him. He doesn't do anything.
You don't know because you've never been there.
No.
Don't act like you know him. Don't act like you know the guy if you won't even go to his concert. Don't act like you know. Don't act like he's so important to you if you won't take time. Weird Al.
Come on. Yeah. Would you go see?
If you're listening to this, Weird Al.
Would I go see Weird Al? Sure.
I go see Weird Al, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
I like him. Why wouldn't I go see him? I'm just not like this giant fanboy like you are, but I'd like to go see him. Sure, why not? Of course.
I've watched his movies.
I'm down.
Yeah.
But by the way, Weird Al, I know you listen to this podcast.
The meet and greet is $329 per person.
That's not bad.
It's not even a lot of money.
Yeah,
I would totally. Ron's.
Yeah, let's just do it just because. That way we can just tell Ron's we did it.
Skip the line here.
Hey,
I'm going to call them.
I've spent more money on stupider shit than that.
Exactly.
Really? What did you buy that was stupider than this?
A Lego car that's sitting in our garage.
Yeah. We bought
a Lego car?
We spent $200 on a Lego set.
Yeah.
Dude, really? What? Now, I got a friend out there who's a big Lego fan.
Ecto 1, it was $180.
Yep.
What type of Lego car did you buy?
Ecto 1.
The Ghostbusters car is $180. That's what we got it for on eBay.
Here's the ironic part:
it costs even more than that in some places.
We were looking at classic muscle cars, and they somehow Lego popped up on my feed. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out, and I was just thrown back by the one. Lego's really exploded as far as when I was a kid. It's completely different now, and two, the prices of certain kits are just through the roof.
Yeah, Ron, I just said that I've spent money on stupider shit than that.
I was just amazed by that.
$180 on Ecto 1, which is the Ghostbusters car, to put that together that's a Lego. I don't mind. I don't care if I paid $300 to go meet backstage and hang out with freaking Weird Al.
Now, why did you not put your Lego car together?
Just to take pictures so that we can send them to you. And be like, yeah, should have been here, Ron's. Should have spent your money on this instead of farting it up in your room and drinking your off-label pop.
It's SodaStream. Leave him alone.
Whatever. Probably could have spent money on meeting Weird Al instead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All
right, well, so February 2nd, just so you know, Ron, February 2nd, we will not be podcasting. We'll have to schedule a different day and time.
Well, on a more positive note and not so positive note, we finally got a washer and dryer installed.
You could have gone and seen Weird Al instead.
Yeah.
You don't need no washer and dryer. There's laundromats.
Use your bathtub and just hang that shit.
How long is? I mean, you're missing out on a golden opportunity. When you can use a laundromat, you can
clean
use a laundromat,
or
laundromats are everywhere.
Yeah, and you can see your friends there. Like you can hang out and have a conversation and get podcast material. Yeah. You can meet new people. It would be way better than Weird Al.
Yeah, way better. Let's go with that.
See Weird Al and get a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
But we went down there, and this is the problem that we had with the washer and dryer. The guy says, "Don't sign for anything until you're absolutely sure." So I go down there, and I'm a little powdered donut says, "I don't want you saying anything. Just be out of the way." So I said, "Okay, I'll be out of the way." I came into the computer room, just hanging out. Get a knock on the door. I'm like, "What do you need?" "We need you, Dad." Right? Boy comes out. So I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" It's like, we had to switch out an electrical box to make it work. But I looked at the guy. The guy says, "You guys can sign off. It's good." I said, "We're not signing a thing until we know what's going on completely." And I think the guy was just not prepared for us holding our ground. He's like, "Well, we'll put your signature on file." I'm like, "No, it's not on file. You can say what you want." So a shout out to the owner of the Treasure Quest in Kalamazoo, Michigan, who came out of nowhere, who helped me switch out an electrical box for my dryer, and we got it all hooked up. So we almost didn't have that hooked up. So that was an up and down moment right there. And we were just so happy to have clean clothes instead of going to the laundromat and seeing a couple argue over washers and dryers.
But would you rather have that or
Weird Al
time with Weird Al?
Yeah.
That's a tough one because I do like clean clothes.
I mean, then we have laundromats. That's what those are for.
Yeah. Have you been to a laundromat lately?
Yeah, I have.
All right. Fantastic. I did not like hauling all my dirty laundry across town. And then
across town, you can't throw a rock without hitting a fucking laundromat.
I never tried throwing a rock at a laundromat.
If you throw a rock, you're going to hit one of two things: a chiropractor or a laundromat.
I had a third one. or a freaking weed shop.
Oh yeah, weed shop.
Oh yeah, weed shop. Yeah, definitely. No, I only know of 1, 2, 3 laundromats within our area.
You're like, I only know of 1 to 2, 3 laundromats in a 3-mile radius. What the fuck? That's a lot. Shit. All right.
Well, no, the one is right near my house. It's not too far away.
Well, you just said it was a long way. See, you could have just done laundromat. Whatever. You made the choice. That's all I'm saying. Well,
yeah,
all right.
I don't know. I like underwear.
Well, anyway. All right. Well, I guess that's it for me. I think it's time for me to wrap it up and give my recommendations this month or this week.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the movie I recommend.
Of course.
Yes. What the fuck was it called? One.
You're gonna recommend a movie and now know the fucking title.
Well,
that's fucking classic.
What streaming service was it on? That's what I need.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The one we just watched.
Yeah, come on, Swan. I mean, like I'm about to finish up the MODOK series. That seems hilarious.
I don't even remember what movie we're talking about, like, to be honest. So that's pretty bad.
Are you ready for the new season of The Mandalorian?
That's what it is. The Banshees of Inisherin. It was on HBO, streaming on HBO. What a bizarre fucking movie.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that title.
It was really good and really bizarre. And I was watching the whole time and I was like, this is a really good movie. But for the life of me, I'm not really sure why it's a really good movie. But it was also fucking bizarre. But so I highly recommend it, but I don't know why it's good. I'm still confused. But I liked it. So that's my recommendation. Banshees of Inisherin. Streaming on HBO. Anybody else? Nothing? You can't have
MODOK series.
Ron, you've already mentioned that. You really shouldn't mention the same show every podcast.
No. And I watch it intermittently. It's and then there's another one.
I mean, you don't have to have recommendations. It's not a requirement. Why does he look so lost?
He's like searching his playlist.
There's a movie I do want to see about.
So you haven't seen it, but you're like, there's something I want to see.
No, okay, now I know. Is this a? Sorry, I'm starting here.
English is hard.
Yeah, English is hard. Is this where the guy wakes up and he's no longer friends with the guy?
Are you talking about the movie that I just recommended?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The day before they were friends, and the next day he just decided he didn't want to be friends anymore.
Yeah. That looked. I saw the trailer for that. That looked like he goes around. Yeah, when I saw the trailer, he goes around.
You don't have to describe it to me. I saw it.
People can watch the trailer themselves. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, but it looked really cool. But I like the acting. It's like feck off, and I'm like, what's going on here? And they don't describe the plot other than they're friends, then they're not friends.
Rons, why don't you watch the trailer and then do a live action of what's going on for us? Go ahead. Because that's about what we're getting right now. It's some warped version of your version of the trailer.
Well, yeah, that's my interpretation of it. But you are absolutely right. I will. I'll see if I can.
No, I don't want you. I just watch it. I thought you were like, yeah, I'll act it out. No, don't. It's fine.
No, please don't. Please don't.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's my recommendation. All right. Okay. So next week. All right. So this podcast comes out on Sunday, and the podcast after that will be a special podcast. A very special Slaptail Squad. And it's not like that episode of Different Strokes where that guy kept trying to touch Arnold Bits. It's not that kind of.
Yeah, I never saw that episode.
You can have a after school special message.
No, it's not like that.
No.
It's just going to be a special podcast. No.
I never saw that special.
Never saw it. It's very disturbing. Anyway. That's it for me, the Beaveman. Saying adios, much fuckos.
Bye from the Swan.
Shout outs to Colin. Thanks for listening, who loves your podcast or our podcast, loves the Beaveman. Shout out to Little Powder Donut, who definitely can agree with you on the medical stuff. And everybody else in the world, if I've forgotten you, I've forgotten you. I'll remember you next time. DJ Voidmonger, stay safe, buddy. I definitely want to ride your coattails to the top there. And from the Rons, stay sane, motherfuckers. It's going to get crazy out there.
Oh, yeah. This is about the time where I would end the show, but then I forgot to do my shout outs. So here we go. Okay. Shout out to
wow, I had that entire intro gone. Okay.
Shout out to JD Hutchins of the Monsters Lair and the guys of the Myriad and Gals of the Myriad Podcast Network. If you like things spooky, check them out. His show will be starting up again in March. Shout out to Skylar Creates on Twitch. He's a variety Twitch streamer. And of course, our favorite Twitch talk show, Rim to Rim, usually on Fridays and Saturdays every week at around 8 p.m. And shout out to our little Croatian child, Strange Loop. That's Strange_LOOPE. And that's it. And of course, shout out to you all. Adios again, with fuckos. And now I will play the outro.
Yay.
Good.
Slaptail.
Nope, that's not it.
That's not it.
Oh, that's it.